Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Sycamore Witch. If you happen to catch the video that I released last week, you may have noticed that it's disappeared from YouTube. Annoyingly, the first video that I uploaded for my comeback under my new guise, The Sycamore Witch, YouTube wouldn't upload the full video for some reason. The video should have been around 45 minutes long, and it would only upload the first 20 minutes. So after numerous attempts to get it to upload, for whatever reason, the universe decided that it wasn't meant to happen. So I took it down and I thought, well, there's no point fighting against the tide on that one. So today, I'm not to be discouraged. Today I'm going to be doing a Waning Moon release, what's the word, ceremony, I suppose we could say. But we're coming up towards the end of January, and January is always the time of year where people make resolutions and they're finding it difficult just to kind of stick to new routines, which is fine. I'm definitely somebody who is a little bit ambitious with the things that they set out for the year ahead. But this ceremony, that we're getting to the end of the first month of the year, and this is all about letting go of the guilt or just anything that you feel like is holding you back right now. So what I'm going to do for you is we're going to light a candle. We are going to think about something that we want to let go of, whatever that may be for you. We're going to have a nice little bit of a glance at a nice crystal that I've picked out for us today, and we'll get into a little bit of tarot, and then also the part of the ceremony that I'm most looking forward to, which is thinking about the thing that we want to let go and burning it out, just getting rid. So as I gather all of my items, I apologise for the way that I look today. I can't put any makeup on at the moment because I have a little bit of an eye infection, so I'm going to probably move you out of focus very shortly just because nobody wants to see that. But that's why I look like I haven't made any kind of effort. But I assure you that this setup for me is effort enough. I don't have a filming space, so we're in my living room, which is fine. It's just not the best place to be doing this, especially considering I have to do this in the mornings. So okay, I'm just going to get into this, so sorry. I'm a bit of a chatterbox and find it difficult to do like ASMR style stuff. What I'm going to do right now is light a candle. So as today's theme is letting go, we're going to light this candle with the intention of finding an inner truth, whatever that may be for you. And that might sound a little bit floofy, but the intention here is just to be honest with where we are right now, and hopeful. Be honest with where we are right now, and just settle into that mindset of what can I let go of? What don't I need to hold on to anymore? So let's, here we go. I've just got these little tea lights, which I love, but hardly ever use, really. So see if we can get a little bit of focus on this. Okay, so we are going to be asking whatever higher power that you believe in, whether it's just asking of yourself and your true self. We're going to ask our true selves or a higher power just to guide us on this journey today of letting go and feeling like it's okay to let go, because sometimes in life you have to. Okay, so I know that this isn't really I don't really have the lens for bright lights, particularly with the settings I have it on now, but let's just have a look into the flame. Take some nice deep breaths and sink into this feeling of trust, that innate trust that we have in ourselves, to know what is right for us and what is not. Okay. These little tea lights as well are kind of like little flowers, and the way that I look at them is that they are small flowers sitting on a pond of water, or a river probably is the better analogy. So we light the flame and then we let them drift away. Okay, so we are drifting, drifting, drifting. I'm just going to put this to the side. Bring you back to me for a second. Hello. Okay, hopefully we are in focus. There we go. Okay, so the crystal that I'm using today for this is one of my favourites, a rose quartz. So there we go. The rose quartz is a great stone for self-love, also a little bit of self-forgiveness. And this one in particular I find has a really, I think it's like quite juicy. I always look at it and think that it's like Turkish delight. It just makes me very happy, and I love all of the rough edges. Okay, so we're just going to imagine this sitting in the centre of our chests, in our heart, and imagine this a great white light coming off it. And drawing out any negative emotions or anything that you need to let go of. So, just for the fun ASMR elements, I'm going to give this some taps. So I'm just going to place this here and let the energy of the crystal guide the rest of this session. So next we're moving on to the tarot element of this video. There's always, I always like to, whenever I'm thinking about what videos to create for you, I like the idea of doing lots of different elements to the videos. I know that a lot of people just focus on one thing or two things. I am very much an ADHD minded person. I like to have a lot of things going on all the time, which is just something that I need to let go of this year, is taking on too many tasks. I am a constant task person, or I've always got something on the go. I pick up hobbies left, right and centre. So right now I'm just asking the cards, and I'm asking you to as well, just the question of what we need to give up, what can help us give this up and let this go, and then also the last question I'm going to ask as well is, how will we feel after it's all let go? Because sometimes we focus a lot on the thing that we don't want to hold on to anymore, right? Like, I don't want to be as busy as I am. My future self, I always imagine her as somebody who is very laid back and moves at a regular pace, or even a slower pace, I guess. And it's easy to imagine that version of myself. And I know in order to get there, I have to give up the extra stuff, the stuff that I just pile onto me. I don't know if you've ever seen the 80s movie Labyrinth, which is my favourite film. And this is going to be a very niche reference. But there is this old lady who lives in the garbage piles in Labyrinth, and she has everything that she's ever owned piled onto her back, and I can't help but feel like that's me. She's a great character, to be fair. She is a hilarious addition. The film is filled with Muppets, like Jim Henson creations. So anyway, she has all of these things on her back, and that's how I see myself, just piling things on to my back. And I know that there are many people out there, potentially you're watching this right now, who does the same thing. So to bring the point back around, I would rather not be like that. I need to let go of that desire to just always be working on things. And the third card, sorry, I told you that I ramble. The third card is going to be what it's going to feel like, what we need to focus on in order to bring a clearer future to us. So I'm sure you've heard about setting intentions and manifesting. In order to manifest things, you have to know the feeling that you want to feel at your end point. So the third card is going to tell us what our lives will be like once we've let go of whatever we're letting go of. And then what I really want you to do is imagine how that feels. Like, I want you to feel that feeling as though it has already happened. Hopefully that made sense. So, let's pull 3 cards. Our first card is what we need to let go of. So we have the Tower. I could not have picked a more apt card for letting go. So the Tower represents the falling of a structure, the letting go of the foundations to allow for things to come to an end. So as you can see here, the Tower, and it's a tree in this, the Wild Unknown deck, sorry. A tree being struck by lightning. So a tree is the ultimate foundation. You know, we talk about trees having roots. They are a force to be reckoned with, but they are also layer upon layer and ring upon ring of the continuation of life. As trees grow and they grow branches, they are taking on so much more weight as they grow, which is it's like what we do as we go through life, is we take on more and more responsibilities. Getting this is, I would say, potentially like letting go of a responsibility that maybe we as a collective we don't need to be holding on to. So this, like I say, I couldn't have planned that. Well, I could have, and it would have been very, very planned. So the Tower. So we are letting go of a responsibility. We're letting something drop by the wayside. And card number 2 is how, I guess, like a little bit of guidance on what we can do to help. And we have the Mother of Swords. So the swords are action cards. The Mother of Swords is wise, depicted by the owl. She knows innately what needs to get done. She is the matriarchy. She holds like all the responsibility, but also all of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Like the power to say like, no, that's enough, you know, like, no, put that down. So I think in order to move on and in order to let that tower crumble, we have to be our own mothers, if that makes sense. We know innately what it is that we need to drop, and I mean, we can meditate on it, but ultimately I think if you're watching this, you know the thing that's holding you back. You know the thing that you feel. Just like if someone were to say to you, like, what would you like to stop doing right now? You would instantly say, you know, I'd like to not work at the weekend. I'd like to stop trying to read a certain amount of books a month, you know, just, you know, basically. So the third card is how we're going to feel once this is done. You know, how are we going to feel once we have cleared some space? And we have the Hanged Man. I love the card of the Hanged Man, and he is reversed. So the Hanged Man is somebody who is, if he were the correct way up, who is happy to take their time, is waiting it out, somebody who is just going to let life kind of happen, and the Hanged Man will just wait and see. Reversed is actually, I think, quite an interesting card. So once we drop the things that we want to drop, we will not be waiting to see what the world has. I think so many things will open up and you will feel like you're not waiting around anymore. You have so much more time and space. So the waiting will become like an opportunity to open your wings and maybe just fly around for a bit and no longer be this person in stasis. We're going to have so much more time and space to flourish, and instead of watching life go by and waiting, be a part of life as it's happening. So that's definitely the feeling that I know that I want in order to move on over the next 12 months, 11 months, or however many years. I have this vision of myself, just talk about myself because it's obviously easier. Hopefully you can relate to this. I feel like if you clicked on this video, you will probably be able to relate. I really want this like life where I'm involved. I'm kind of a hermit. I take on so many not responsibilities, but just like I said before, hobbies, and I just like to learn things, and they're always very solitary, very like singular activity, and I would like to do activities that involve more people or just mean that I'm not sat in a room for hours on end. So hopefully that's sounding good to you. Okay, so we're going to come up to the last part of this now, which is the release part. My dog is always snoring in the background. So here I have a blank piece of paper. What I'm going to suggest is for you to imagine either one word, a sentence, a paragraph, a dump of just anything, the thing that you want to give up, the thing that we're releasing. Imagine that it's written on this piece of paper, okay? So we are going to imagine those words that we've written on this piece of paper, and just got my trusty little dish here so I don't burn the place down. We are going to set this alight and let whatever we're letting go of disappear. We are going to let this burn away, and I'll just let this burn over here so we don't get all smoky. We're going to let that fire and flame take the excess baggage that we are letting go of away. I'm going to place it behind you because whenever you do something like this, there's a bit of smoke coming off it still, we want to turn our backs on it, okay? So let me put it behind you. So that's now no longer in front of you, and we can finally move on from it, okay? So I hope that this video was kind of relaxing and helpful and a little bit fun. I am a baby witch, I guess you could say. I have been calling myself a witch for a long time, but in terms of practicing, it's more of an internal practice than an external practice. But I am bringing my personal practice out into the physical realm this year, and I want to share that with you. I won't be doing any Reiki on this channel because I am not a Reiki master and I don't believe in faking that. So you'll just find these sorts of little rituals and tarot and some ASMR elements. I just feel like I have to add this in now because my last video had a whole explanation. I've taken it down, so hopefully this was fun. Sorry if it was a bit rushed, but I'll be doing more videos like this in the future where we'll talk about crystals and all that kind of fun thing. So if you watch this and you enjoyed it, leave a comment. I really want to build this channel and community up, so comments are welcome, video likes are welcome, and subscribers are welcome. If you like somebody who is a little bit erratic and just wants to have witchy fun a bit, I'll see you at some point in the near future. If you have any suggestions or requests, be it tarot spreads or rituals, leave them below. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.